Right now, your brain is actively working against the person you want to become. Every time you choose comfort over effort, you are not just being lazy, you are physically rewiring your brain to crave the easiest path, even the next time. That is not a motivational metaphor, it is neuroscience. And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 research-backed habits that hijack the same machinery behind every addiction and points it towards the one thing that will change your life: doing what you said you would do. At the end of this video, discipline won't feel like a battle of willpower. It will feel like a craving you actually wanted to feed. Because guess what? You must find a way to navigate yourself, to self-direct yourself from intention to action, and getting feedback to refine that intention and put it back into action. If this sounds like what you want to hear, let's get started. Hi, if you are new on this channel, my name is Dr. Emeka and I'm a mindset transformation psychologist. I explore the science of human psychology, performance, and personal development, translating cutting-edge research into practical tools that help you transform your thinking first, elevate your habit, and become the best version of yourself. And before we get to the habit, we need to define what we're actually talking about in this video, because most people get this completely wrong. Discipline is not intensity. Discipline is a measure of consistency of execution. It is the degree to which you can align your action with your intention, regardless of what is happening to you today. In practice, discipline measures 4 things. The first is consistency. Do you do what you said you will do? Number 2 is behavioral adherence. How closely are your actions with your words? The next and the third is delay of gratification. Whether you can choose long-term reward over immediate comfort. And lastly, commitment. Your goal commitment under friction. Do you keep going even when things get difficult, boring, and inconvenient? If you strip all this down, and discipline is really about measuring one thing: reliability. Can you trust yourself long enough to see all that you've hoped for, prayed for, and worked towards? Can you do the work long enough, sustain your pressure and intensity long enough to see what you've prayed for materialize, crystallize? And so here are my 5 habits to become a more reliable person to yourself. Number 1, reappraise your motivation. Because the first habit is the one that everybody skips. It is the reason why most people fail before they even start. Ask yourself brutally an honest question. Why do you want what you want? Why do you want to start that business? Why do you want to lose weight? Why do you want to make money? Sincerely, why do you want what you want? Because we tend to think discipline is about pushing harder, but you cannot push harder towards a destination that you haven't actually chosen, that you haven't actually personalized. Purpose is the fuel. It is the single thing that determines whether you keep going or quit at the first phase of challenge. This is also biological, not just inspirational. Our brain is constantly running a cost-benefit analysis. The moment an action feels hard, our brain is constantly valuing, is this worth it? And guess what? If your why is weak, the answer is always no all the time. That's why you procrastinate. That's why you will stop. So you have to interrogate your why. Why do you want to make money? I ask you again. Why do you want to be fit? And then ask that why again and again until you internalize it and makes it emotional. It becomes very emotional why. For me, I wanted to be fit because I wanted minimal support even in old age. I wanted less dependency on medication and less pain. That's my own personal story, and every day that fuels my why. I must wake up every day to walk, sprint, or lift weight. Find yours and make it personal to you. Here's the rule. Your why must be bigger than your excuses. Don't just start with the action, start with your reason. A strong reason enough makes the action almost automatic. And habit number 2 is to do one hard thing every day. Now you know your why. The second habit gives you proof. Do one hard thing every day on purpose, because pursuit is the proof of intention. You can intend to be disciplined all day long, but intention without action is just a feeling, and feeling is not the evidence your brain is looking for. Think of it like a courtroom. Every day you are presenting evidence to yourself about who you are. When you do the hard things and deliberately, and that includes working out the day and the time you didn't feel like, taking the cold shower, writing the page you didn't want to write, you are gradually learning to trust yourself that you're going to get through it regardless. And the harder the thing that you do, the stronger the evidence your brain needs. There's a reason this works neurologically. Voluntarily doing something difficult activates a region of the brain associated with willpower and motivation. The more you exercise it, the stronger this part of the brain gets, just like a muscle. If you skip it, it weakens. This is why the size of the task doesn't matter as much as the discomfort. One genuine hard thing a day. Choose one goal, one target. Chosen deliberately trains your brain to tolerate friction that stops everyone else. You are not just completing a task, you are casting a daily vote for the person you are becoming. And habit number 3, control your consumption. Control what goes in. The third habit moves you from what you do to what you let in. Controlling your consumption. Because consumerism in every form of it is a trap. We live in a world engineered to capture your attention. The food designed to override your fullness. Apps designed to keep you scrolling. Notifications designed to pull you out of whatever you are trying to do. Every one of these pulls is a tiny rep in the wrong direction. Every time you give in to an impulse, you are training your brain that impulse gets obeyed. You have to create what you consume consciously. And I don't just mean food, I mean impulse, social media, the news, the time you give to certain friends, anything that takes your attention. Because attention is the currency, your currency of life, and what you become. And you become what you repeatedly pay attention to. Think of your mind like a soil. Whatever you feed it consistently is what grows outward. If you feed courage in and distraction, that is what you harvest. If you feed focus and intention, discipline grows on its own. The practical move here is subtraction, not addition. Remove the app from your phone. Don't keep the junk food in the house. Make distractions harder to reach than the discipline. You don't need more willpower. You need fewer things fighting for your willpower. And habit number 4 is to engineer your environment. Design the space that you want. And this brings us to the 4th habit of engineering the environment, because discipline is not just the personality trait, it is largely a feature of your surrounding. We love to believe that disciplined people simply have more grit, but research on self-control has consistently found the opposite. The people who appear the most disciplined are usually not the ones resisting temptation all day. They are the ones who arrange their lives so that they rarely face temptation in the first place. Because willpower is a limited finite resource. Every decision drains it. So the goal is not to win the battle against temptation. It is to avoid fighting the battle in the first place. Think of it like water flowing downhill. Water doesn't have willpower, but it just follows the path of least resistance. Do the same. Redesign your landscape so the easy path and the right path becomes the path. If you want to read more, leave the book on your pillow and keep the phone away. If you want to eat healthier, make the healthy option the only one within arm's reach. You make good behaviors obvious and easy, and the bad behavior invincible and hard. So stop trying to be a stronger person in a weak environment. Build a strong environment, and you barely have to be strong at all. And habit number 5 is to rewire the reward. The 5th habit is the one that ties everything together, and is the reason this video is called Becoming Addicted to Discipline. Rewiring the reward. To understand this, we have to understand how any addiction actually works. Every habit, good or bad, runs on a loop. The first is the cue or the trigger, which is a subtle signal or reminder that prompts what follows next. which is the behavior, and lastly, the reward. The reward is what tells the brain to do it again or not. The problem is that bad habit gives instant reward. Remember the instant sweet feeling of sugar, the dopamine of the scroll. But discipline's reward usually shows up in weeks, months, or years later. And so your brain, which lives in the present, keeps choosing the quick hit. The fix is to move the reward closer. And you do this by deliberately celebrating the action, the process, the moment you complete it, not just the outcome. Imagine you finish the workout and you consciously acknowledge the win, because actually it's a win. You close the laptop after a deep work and let yourself feel genuinely proud for the work you've done for the day. It sounds small, but that flash of satisfaction is doing something powerful to your brain. It is attaching a reward to the behavior, which is actually how craving is born. And over time, your brain stops associating discipline with deprivation and starts associating it with reward. And suddenly, you begin to crave the gym, the cold shower, the early morning workout, the same way you once craved the snooze button. This is the secret. You are not destroying the addiction machinery in your brain. You are repurposing it. You are pointing the most powerful reward system you own at the behavior that actually building the life that you want. And once that loop locks in, discipline stops feeling like willpower. It starts feeling like wanting. Let's put this all together into one philosophy. Discipline is not a gift you are born with. It is a system you build. And like any system, it is only as strong as its design. Again, find your reason. Make your why bigger than your excuses, such that the action almost takes care of itself. Prove it daily. Do one hard thing on purpose and submit the evidence that your brain needs to consolidate. Again, follow through. Guard the gate. Control your consumption, because attention is the currency of life, and you become what you pay attention to. Design the path. Engineer your environment so the right choice is the easy choice. And lastly, reward the reward. Celebrate the action and turn discipline into the cravings instead of the chore. If this breakdown helped you see discipline in a new way, and you want to go deeper into how your mind and behavior really works, make sure you are subscribed. There's a lot to uncover. If you want to become the person who stays true to his values, either in chaos or calm, check out the next video showing on the screen. It is over 25 years of leadership masterclass in less than 30 minutes. I'll see you in the next one.